go again. We are live, alive and in charge. Or is it large and in charge? Alive is good enough to say large. Anyway, what were we doing here? Well, it's Friday. Happy Friday. 1:13 a.m. What do we want to say over here? Welcome back, Angels of Love and Light, and my divine panel of 8, firmly confirmed, to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka the highest good. Hello to my most ethical light and love crew, aka, I would, hold on, is that a bump right there? That's a bump. Do you see that? I just noticed that. AKA my whatchamacallits, cream crew. Hold on a second, because I just noticed that on my face. Give me a second, because I really gotta see what's going on there. Look at my vintage blankie. I love it! Okay, so let me just double check what's going on with my eyeball. I don't know, maybe it's just a little bump and you see the shadow. That's weird. I never get anything there. Hold on, let me see if I can. I'll leave it. You know what I think it's from? I think it's from, whatchamacallit, the, let me put on some chapstick too, gosh, or lipstick or something. I think it's from, using that gold flake stuff. I don't use it anymore. It only took me, I guess, like 2 or 3 days to see that it wasn't working out, and then it was causing like little things like that to happen. And like I said, you can't rely completely on, Google, or not Google, what do you call it? Amazon reviews, regardless of like, you know, hundreds or thousands of comments, you know, so it's kind of hard to see. Anyway, interesting. So anyway, you know, what's upcoming that's unstoppable? I'm just curious, because like there's a mix of things. I don't want to just like straight up go into detail about story mode unless I'm called to. I think the format is going to change a little bit for this particular one. In fact, there's just this little aimless fly coming around here, so give me a second. I'm going to read the cards. Oof. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so on the left side, I believe this is the star card, if not the moon card. Kind of looks more like the moon card, but I have to double check. We're using the Zoltan Tarot. I think that's how you pronounce it. 3 lines and 3 dots equal, where are you? The moon card. body knowing, periodicity, cyclical, fame, illusion, dreams, and imagination. Excellent. Oh, so my destiny, my dreams, my, you know, my thing is coming true. On my right side, on my manifestation side, I have 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and partial tarot on the other, like the partial, like intro part, partial intro part. Anyway, that's how it came through. I didn't mean to pick up 2, but it had me pick up 2. So this is a new intro. It's kind of like a partnership because it's like a shared, like kind of a co-piloting thing. As you know, with the intro, like face cards, this one is a dual, has a duality to it. So, this is the second card to it that matches it. So, this is interdependent work that's going to happen. This is a really, really good projected partnership, only because 9 of Pentacles in upright usually means independence, and this could, like, you know, like that you're doing well for yourself, etc. But I can't imagine this being codependence if I have this frontal card, you know, this so there's something about co-piloting here, interdependent work, and so that's what's unstoppable and upcoming for me. It's interesting. And again, you see the 2 volcanoes here with dragons erupting, it looks like. Well, a dragon's fire anyway. It's interesting. Okay. All right. Anything else that you want to convey in my divine panel for me? What's upcoming and unstoppable for me? Okay. The 5 of Swords opened up to, I think it's the Magician. So this is, oh, and 5 of Pentacles too opened up to it. So it's master number 55. It's the master adventurer, and facing what I believe to be the Magician, but let me just double check. It's just a line here. So I feel like that's what it is. It's like you, what is it, where we have it, where it's just the line, a single line. Where are you? Hide and go seek, it feels like. Oh, it's the priest, the Hierophant, setting the tone. Okay. Union, yoga, religion, good inspiration, and support. So, this is ultimate receptivity within these cards. If it's hearing, it's listening to the community, listening to the surroundings. And this is also looking within vibratory matters. So paying attention to the, or being highly receptive to frequencies. So this is a new world, and it's projected like master adventurer, and this is being resourceful with what you have, what you're provided here. 5 of Pentacles, as well, fiercely is it again? Fiercely practical, resourceful, and basically winning. They're saying this is, I'm hearing winning at all costs, but it's winning at very little cost. You see what I'm saying? So there's low gamble here. This is adventure mode is what they're saying. being that the Five of Pentacles is, you know, backpacking it. So Five of Swords is having the upper hand, the one up, etc. And so this is kind of like being tuned into new gifts in a way that I can basically put my ear to the ground and know what's coming without physically putting my ear to the ground. There's something that's very much connected within the ley lines of receptivity. So I have that. No one can interfere with that. Yeah. I mean, there's a purpose for it. So, this is total shish kebab energy. Like, you got it. Every single spear has a, you know, like a polka dot thingy, a donut. So this is, so I'm winning doing this. So this is doing this with ease, basically. Almost effortless, like it's gifted. There's a continuance here. Let me see. Yep. You see all of that continuing into here, and it's middle ground for sure. There's a lot of artifacts here that can be resourced. So yeah, definitely putting your ear to the ground, Tina. It's knowing what's coming up next. That's crazy, yeah. Like it's emerging like beneath the surface, about to unearth itself. I'm hearing the Minerva. I don't know why. Minerva is a very unique name. Well, I don't know if unique is a word, but it's a rare name, I would say. Minerva. Okay. So there's that. That's what's upcoming and unstoppable for me. That's wonderful. I like it. I love new gifts. I love being able to practice in different ways. And okay, so I will just blabber a little bit. So there was a multiple like just variety of things that I did since the last reading that I did. I just took some time away, and first it was a little bit of a challenge to like delay getting back on here, because it's a little bit of a comfort area for me to do what's most familiar and at ease. So I decided I was going to deliberately extricate myself for just a little bit of, just a fraction of time, so I could take care of some other things. I felt that's what needed to be done, and I got around to doing it. I even timed myself. I just kept myself in check, fractioning off portions of the day, and I really appreciated that my guides motioned me to do that, because I allowed for some buffer time, and just gave myself some leniency and flexibility, in a way of like, I forgive you, Tina. It's okay if you had to reschedule one thing. It's okay if you had to like work around something, and you made it work. You did the practical thing. You pulled some cards while you were in distress, to kind of ease your mind on how to approach particular things, and you did so privately. It didn't have to take the full hour or whatever, and I went through some piles as well that were just like, ugh, they've been sitting around collecting, like, just so sad. And so, you know, it's just motivating myself to just get around to those things that have been gnawing away at the energetics in my home. So that was good. I'm glad I did that. I mean, it always looks worse before it gets better. Um, and I'm just glad because it was hindering, um, it's just like, for lack of better terms, it's just like a pile of bullshit in the hallway, you know? And nobody's nagging at me for it, and I'm not constantly beating myself up over it, but it is cumbersome energetically to have to walk past things that could be done. And, you know, like, I gotta remember how good of a worker I was in my previous positions, in my previous jobs, whether or not it held any kind of level in the hierarchy. And this is before and after doing the whole spirituality thing. So, because you're recognized differently, or at least that's my experience before and after. And so, I just had to remember that. I'm like, I need to like lasso that in for myself. I need to do that for myself. So, what I understood within the past, I don't know, time between here and there, which feels like I've taken a break from my last reading for like 2 days, and or for longer, but I don't know. I got to understand that this particular phase was about knowing how to act within a multifaceted role. So I understood how to be me being a boss to me being an admin, and me being an admin to me being a boss. You know what I'm saying? So I got to wear multiple hats and understanding what that was like before, you know, any concepts were thrown at me, you know, like I didn't listen to anybody's like podcast or whatever it was in order for me to get to this place of like where it just clicked. Like, oh, yeah, that definitely makes sense. So I'm happy to be able to just do something different. In fact, I did get through a different realm of La La Oz Wonderland. I don't know if you could call it Wonderland, but going through some piles of paperwork, dude, it's freaking archive. I found an old card that I recall I was going to, like back in the day, we used to get like hard copy cards, and this is before like they had electronic cards and evites and all of that, or when it just started sprouting up, those conveniences. But back in the day, we would get some cards and we would do it for preparatory matters so that when the occasion arises, we're not like fumbling for just like whatever. And this one card I had saved had kind of, I don't know when it happened. But it expired. How can a card expire, right? Unless it's like someone's birthday and it's a particular year on there that's established. And give me a second. I'm feeling oh my goodness. So I started feeling somebody trying to latch on to me right there, like, you know. And yeah, I think somebody was trying to. Attempts failed. What do I want to say? Yeah, so there were certain things that I ran into that were a bit of tearjerkers. This one was kind of neutral. It was kind of like bittersweet because it didn't make me feel angry. It didn't make me feel like, you know, at a loss. I just, let me go ahead and get it. Let's see here. I don't know what time period it was from because there's no date here. It's not like published, you know, etc., etc. So it's kind of like neutral, bittersweet neutral. I don't know. I'm going to read this like it's story time, so give me just a second. Let me do this kind of Grammy style. Okay. Okay. So I must have gotten this maybe, judging by the paperwork that was surrounding it, it could have been, oh gosh, where was this? There was a variety of things, so it could have been anywhere from, I want to see 2013 through 2018, somewhere around there. All right, so it says, life is full of surprises, isn't it? There are the great ones, like finding each other, falling in love, and the never-ending adventures of parenthood. Then there are things that stop us in our tracks as we look at each other and say, whoa, I didn't see that coming. But you know what I found out? We can handle it. Anything. Everything. Whatever comes our way. Maybe not everything in our life is exactly what we expected, but the good stuff is even better than we imagined. And I love sharing it all with you. Happy anniversary. Yeah. So, that last part, it didn't click anymore. That's the part that expired. And this first part, that's what I remember really believing in. I remember believing in that. Like, what was imprinted in my mind and like in my being was that. I remember feeling like that. I remember that impression. And when you go through like some terrible moments in life, like a lot of warm feelings, a lot of those things, no, like wear out their welcome in the nostalgia box, you know. But I still remember that, and it's not as though I'm just dissecting my feelings here, like as moving, like just understanding things. Okay, so like in assessing this, it's not that I have feelings for the person, it's more of the events that transpired, the era that I was in. I remember really loving being a mother. I remember, and it's not to say that I don't right now, but I just remember I was engaged and within the romantic era of, I don't know if I would be in the same moment, this same vibe, had it not been for the kids. I don't know. I don't know. Because, like, looking at this last page over here, starting off with maybe not everything in our life is exactly what we expected, blah, 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 blah. Like, as it read on towards the end, that's where it just absolutely just fell flat and expired. Like, that memory is wiped away. You know what I mean? Like, but the good stuff is even better than we imagined. And that part where it says, better than we imagined. Like I do not recall, like, looking at the summary of everything, there was no we. And so it completely erases, and I love sharing it all with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel hate when I say that. I don't feel depression or anger from it. I just, when you're being objective, you look at the facts, and I can't ignore the facts, you know? And still, even looking at the facts, I'm not angry, it's just looking at all that is and was, and it's just not, it's not clicking. It's not clicking. So, you know, the first part is nostalgia, yes. The second part is more meaningful in looking at true expressions in the moment. Like, this is very much natural. And still alive within that era. But this part, it's dead. And so, you know, so I was just going through a bunch of stuff like that. And yeah, I was going through a bunch of stuff like that. But the most beautiful thing was looking at my my children's old artwork and writings, especially my first child, because, as you know, I think this is a norm for every parent, that when it's your first child, you experience absolutely unfamiliar territory, so there's a lot of adjustments, and I think, for me personally, I would like to rewind and redo I would like to have a do-over on some of those moments, but I do not regret, only because I think my children have a sense of awareness and receptivity that they wouldn't have had it not been for learning opportunities in their early years as a growing family. So I get to redo some of these things with them now. And it's good. Yeah, I would just have to say it's good, because like, I can't undo the things that had happened before, but there's like, you can get like upset over things and just like mull into them, and you can just stay stagnant in that, like, oh, it's irreconcilable, like you're divorcing your own kids, and it's not that way. I'm very lucky that dissolution didn't carry over, and that we are doing very well. Yeah. So there's that. What does is there anything else that I'd like to share here? What it means, what they were telling me, like, in its most concise measure, is that we didn't give up just because we experienced, like, some rough times, and siloed experiences. You know, how do I say it, Spirit? I can tell through the interactions with my kids and just observing them independently that each of us are very much enriched by our experiences. And there's a lot more context to give to them with how we conduct ourselves now. So it's all the better. All right, so my divine panel, what do you want to say with regards to that? So yes, there was a lot of processing, getting through some things, and engaging in my own inner child, in going through like animal fact books. Like I have to go through some of the books to like donate off. You know, like it's not that it's worn out its welcome, but like I can't like just get through them and then donate them. That's it. That's it, okay? Don't let them sit around, you know. Anyway, oh, here, we got the Lover's card and Ace of Swords. I did very, very well in speaking truth about the most intimate relationships, domestic relationships, self-actualization measured beyond a singular unit, which is myself. So, not only... I think our relationships say a lot about ourselves, and the closer you get to home, the more, the truer its context. So I did very well in describing without shortcutting anything. So all in all, this is a shared experience. This is yeah, overall. That's good. It's very, very good. There's a lot of growth projected here. And the vine moving up along, kind of like a tree house. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what is upcoming that's unstoppable? My divine panel. I think so. Like those. What I've done in the past, I'd say 24 to 48 hours, was very much hopping out of pattern and sometimes when there's a lot of question in the way things are supposed to transpire, the best thing to do is just hop to it. That's what they said, is to just engage, just start in it, and the less you do the whole 20 questions with yourself, like trying to scrutinize yourself, when you just, it's just easier just to go with the flow of it. And so the only questions that I pose are very much organized into like a quick check-in with spirit. So that would be like 5 minutes or less in pulling a few cards, and that'll do. And seriously, it has helped me get through some unfamiliar areas. And reprocess things that were all too familiar and just needed like a renewed sense of closure. Definitely. There were some cards that I did throw away. But there are other things that you just don't throw away, really, because, you know, in being a good parent, you, how do I say it? It would be wrong for me to dispose of things that, say for like Mother's Day or Father's Day. Like, if I bump into stuff for Father's Day, I'm not gonna throw that shit out. You know what I mean? Like, it's what the kids, you know, had made for him. And so, when I process those things, I think about how I approach it. And that's the best way to interact with life, especially in its domestic form. So naturally, what people would do on the externals is, so what would the other person do for me? Like, you know, as far as reciprocation, would they, you know, just throw out the stuff? And I know what the answer is likely to be, but again, I don't need to mirror. I don't need to live my life based on other people's outputs. So, you know, these things are good to practice because I didn't cognitively process these things like this. It just came naturally, and this is just me assessing it objectively. And this is good also to run through our inner ongoings, just like it's just quality control and how we like our systems and processes. Is just doing a self-audit, because if it's looking at things in a granular sense, I know that I can trust myself with bigger things. I know that I am trustworthy when it comes to bigger things. So this is good housekeeping, is what they're saying. All right, so what's upcoming? That's unstoppable. My divine panel. That one. Six of Wands in reverse. So is this a pre-header card? A subheader? Because this is victory upcoming. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Yeah. Okay. Victory upcoming. Oh my goodness. What is this? Lord of the... Okay, so this is King of Swords, but then there's like... There's all this, and then there's two that landed, like... It like hit the footstool, and then like it ricocheted to like the flap of the envelope of that card that I just set down. So I don't know if I'm going to read this whole thing, because it's a... I know, I don't... Let's just look at this part. That's a line and 3 dots. What is that? I don't remember this one. What is it? The cactus. It's 8. It's strength. Oh. Continuity, Genesis, honor, courage. Oh, that's really good. I mean, that to have the, you know, if this is the clarifier to victory upcoming and it's led by the King of Swords, that's Archangel Michael energy. So I think I should read this. Okay. Okay. This is the High Priestess, or let me just double check. It's a line and 2 dots. Erpsy derpsy, no. It's, the line and 2 dots is, because visually, I don't remember it, the High Priestess looking like that, but, I don't know, I was just trying to read in code. But it's, the Warrior speech. It's, the Chariot card. Action being victory. Victorious. Victory. News, openness, initiation. Holy smokes, this is good shiz. Okay. Oh, and then the King of Wands. What the heck? Oh. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Holy smokes. And the 10 of Swords. And then I forgot what this one was. Judgment in reverse. And then the Ace of Wands. The 4 of Swords in reverse. This is a lot. What's going on? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. 3 of Swords. 6 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Swords. Page of Wands in reverse. And I think this is Temperance in reverse. Oh, hold on. Line and 4 dots. This is like a mixed storyline here. Hold on. So they want to give me a comprehensive look, since I can now work with summaries. So that one would be the Sage, or the Hermit in reverse. Right? The Hermit in reverse. This is somebody being found out, like having to walk the plank because she caused heartbreak in the background. Because, like, I had the 4 of Swords in reverse, which is a healing card, but as soon as I picked this up, it felt inverted like that, the 4 of Swords. So somebody else is, like, kind of cut off. It's like broken off energy. Like, they're trying to write off coattails off of the healing journey. Like, I was a part of that, so I'm owed some of that, kind of like an occultist, like, what is it? The loopholes, kind of occultist loopholes, are trying to get through it. Like, I was part of your healing journey, so you owe me, that kind of thing. That's crazy. I never get shiz like that, but anyway, this is a foul boss, feminine energy. But doesn't know how to really use her feminine energy. Like, this is a mom that isn't a good mom. Very selfish. And I know this because the 3 of Swords is what she carries. That's what she's all about. Heartbreak, disappointment, etc. And 6 of Cups in reverse. Friend to no one. You know, like that bumper sticker thing, or that it's like no friends or something like that. Yeah. But 2 of Swords in reverse, that's where it confused me. Like, it's an open road. Or maybe just some extra thought and consideration, like walking the plank, like being shown out the door. And I know that only because, like, this is, like, a light has been shown on them for wanting to start something. You know, trying to start something, trying to... like, when you're given an open space to do whatever you need to do, when you truly show your energy, and it's about the 3 of Swords being a bitch, basically, is you're wanting to start trouble. You want to start something, and so the light has been shown on them. So they're being shown to like walk the plank. Yeah, so that's part of the victory dance, basically, touchdown dance. So we talked about like the like protrusion, the prickly part of a cactus. So this is showing strength. And if, what was this one again? Oh, the Hierophant. So is it the Hierophant? Shoot, I forgot. I think so. No, it's the Chariot card. Oh, okay. I think I know how to read it. Oh, yeah, I know how to read it now. Okay. So the lines, okay, are like tally marks. Okay. This is for the major arcana. Because I don't think they tell you how to read, you know, the markings over here. But this is the first time I'm intuitively making sense of it. Let me see. Do they tell you how? I don't think they tell you how. No. They don't. From what I can see here. I don't think so. I'm just skimming through, but anyway. So the lines equal 5, the dots equal like just single. So this is 8, and that would be strength. This one, 5, and then the 2, so that would be the Chariot card. Now I got it. So this is a very fortified wagon. This is like, you know, in Back to the Future, how the time machine evolves over the course of travels. And, sorry, spoiler alert. So is very much like that. So we see variation and advancement in unexpected ways in moving forward. And it's moving through fiercely because that's the primary card. Especially with it, the charioteer, the person like driving it forward or leading it forward, being Archangel Michael, like, yeah, that's good stuff. So then this is kind of also like with a trumpeter in the back area, kind of like a parade where we're walking down or whatever, and before they had like the overhead speakers with the formal announcers, it's like having like a megaphone, somebody sit at the back of your parade float and like speaking with everybody. I don't know why I have not seen this because it was like a little bit before my time of when it met my eyes. It's Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and he's like dancing on the float, and I think like does he have a megaphone? But anyway, it's kind of like that. It's on blast basically. Oh, I didn't even see this. This is a death card. You see 5, 10, and then 3, so 13. It's transformation. So this is like, by the way I'm moving, it's almost like what do you call it? Pronouncing, almost like a proclamation. It's very obvious in the transformation. That's what they're saying. Sorry, I got gunk in my eye. And so this is like forever funded, like an active pentacle right there. A big new opportunity because of this this transformation. Yeah. So they're saying that I'm slaying it with that. Something's gonna come up. Judgment. So 20 is karma is coming up. So, like there's more. They're like, wait, there's more. And there's a huge burst of creativity at the very, very tail end. Like this is kind of like rocketing. Like this is the flames at the very end. Like, but wait, there's more. And then it's like on rocket fuel, like And that's crazy. Having the cactus up front. This is like the most in your face, like if somebody wants to start something with you because of pettiness, or like they're just trying to war with you because they're at war with themselves, whatever. This is like the most supreme way of executing it. So it's not like a personal thing, but they're taught a personal lesson, but it's not really about them. This is a huge, what is it, leap for mankind? Something like that. That's what they're saying. Where are you? Archangel Michael. Where'd you go? Oh yeah. So it basically kicks butt, kicks your butt out. Oh yeah, like the rocket, like it's like, and then like when it goes up, then the part breaks off, the dissolution part. We've been talking about that. This is the part where it's like, okay. Talk about, like Jeff, he's like, I hate, what is it, manure. Yeah, it's like, cause I made a farting sound almost. So yeah, that's what's happening. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. So that's what's happening there. Okay. So what is, okay, the two that landed down there, on the flippity flappity of the card is Two of Wands in reverse and the King of Cups. So, again, this is a Jesus Christ energy, spirit and cash. Two of Wands though in reverse. It's something there's more to figure out. So they said to continue the work, the many angles of shadow work that you can discover, because when you explore the realm of like going into dark mode, hermit mode, dark night of the soul, whatever you want to call it, that inner work that you do on multiple scales, not just like, okay, I'm going to a therapist and we're going to talk about the childhood where I was like bullied or like, cheated on or whatever, it's not always going to be traditional, like, okay, here's your box of tissues, let me go ahead and get my clipboard, like it's not as like our shadow work doesn't have to be stale like that. A lot of this stuff is very practical and can be self-managed. So it's just kind of thinking about those terms out of box. And that realm of like those different ways in which you can assess and receive. Yeah. Oh gosh, there's a lot of messages. Okay. The different measures in which one can assess when you challenge yourself in assessing things differently, and like just open and with how it's gonna roll, and you just go with it. It's kind of like just riding that wave through it. So it there's a huge realm of creativity in all of that. Like your output expands further, your success rate amplifies, and so this translates into other endeavors. So there's when we're going into adventure mode, in exploring, different areas, or even doing the same thing, it's not going to be done the same ever again. It's enhanced because of that work that's done, like that good housekeeping. So they said just keep doing that, because this is one that manages the tides, that knows how to receive and integrate them to things that, to realms of uncertainty, to realms that are newly introduced and need to be sized up, and that require more planning or require more spirit oomph. This is also self-learning, because this is what you knowing what you bring to the table. So you've got, you know, you kind of know yourself, so you can better plan. You know how to apply yourself, etc. So when you can do that for yourself, you can better manage other people too. So this is very much like off the books study, and when you reach a certain level, caring about this way is required. It's not like, oh, it's a nice to have. It's nor is it just a simple need to have. This is looking at things where, like, this is a supreme position in which one is seated. So we're not looking at this just as a role, but we're looking at the desire of meeting the expectations within this role, because it's that important to us. It's not like, oh, this is what I got to do to hold down my job, hold down my position. This is an elevated perspective. So this ensures quality and therefore being thorough. Okay. Especially, and you want to know this, you want to lock this in when you know somebody can approach these realms of unfamiliarity and uncertainty in a very, very positive light. Okay. Oh, smokes. It feels like an hour. Yeah, it's been like an hour. Holy moly. Okay, so what's on the bottom of the deck? Page of Swords. So definitely it's the intern, it's the learner, going at the learning process as a young spirit. So whether you're an old dog, new dog, middle management dog, whatever the frig, this is still coming in at it with like a new pair of eyes and that openness. Like we just turned over that rock and like, oh, what's there? Top of the deck, the secret to my saucies is 8 of Pentacles. So this is fine-tuning, this is mastery, this is knowing all the buttons and knobs on the module, on the dashboard, on the panel. So knowing what they're for. This, I don't know why this is like DJ energy, because like there's like a lot of controls. Yeah. Yeah. There's also something like I'm getting sprinkle me. I don't know, because look, so there's like fine-tuning of like there's a precision in scaling. That's what they're saying. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so what are my 3 takeaways? Ding, 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 ding. Do we know? Do we know? We shall. 1, 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is a matter of simplification. When you're going through the process of it's kind of process of elimination, you know, doing good housekeeping is like eliminating X amount of bullshit, like as much as possible, you know, and you discover it as you move along. So like X marks the spot here. Okay, bullshit out of the way. Another thing, X marks the spot. Okay, bullshit out of the way. You know, it's kind of like that. And I meant to bring this up. Is this a forum to bring this up in? Should I bring it up? Can I? I feel like it should be in for another reading, but you just tell me, okay? It's okay. That is 12. This is being objective. Hangman status. Whoopsie. It's being objective. You know what? I'm going to call time on this one. So I'm going to hold it for another time. Okay. So then what's my second takeaway? What was the first one? Dropping burdens. Okay. Six of Pentacles. My second takeaway is also saying something about that. That's 10. That's destiny. Holy smokes. Look. Oh my god, that's crazy. So, this is a very generous card because this is reciprocation. And this is like a lifetime of it. This is destiny. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So, it's like standing on business, standing on my destiny. Very mutual relationships, mutually beneficial. You know, in my LinkedIn, during a time where everyone believed that LinkedIn was like the key. I'm not talking shit about it, but it's morphed into something else. Especially with like the Twitterization of social media, like it. Oh my god, what? So, when, let's say, I'll speak for myself. When I believed that LinkedIn would be a great, how do I say it? A good measure of visibility, you know, like public FaceTime, that you can let people into your window. And you know, I understand the intentions behind it. So when you look at that introduction part, I was very much sincere with my introduction portion of it. But the more that I see everyone else's, like over the course of like, I don't know, a decade or so, it's for me, I use it like a dialogue, okay? Like this is my intent, and I'm being straightforward with you, and I'm being very real about it. And I expect the same from you, okay? Just a one-to-one sit down, and a little out of the box in its, you know, straightforwardness. But the way many people look at it and approach it is like very much manufactured, like an enamel pin that's mass produced, but people customize it in a way that it cannot be it cannot be marred. So there's like the enamel pin, it has like that like epoxy bubble over it, so it can't be like it's very much protected, like a shield. And it could be mass produced, but you're the person that designed it, but it could have copied someone else's design. You know what I mean? Like it's very much feels like canned and artificial, but not like generic artificial, like 1950s canned, like Andy Warhol design imagery of it. So it's not like a very one-to-one home like authentic experience. It's more of like presentation. That's what canned means, like produced to be seen, you know. So anyway, that's what I noticed. But that's what this was the feels of what I intended on my introduction portion of my LinkedIn. Standing on business, but it's very much reciprocative, and it's mutually beneficial behaviors, and so they're not just claims. They're that's just the way, just being straightforward with that. So that's my second takeaway. What is my third takeaway? So that's an actualization. What I was trying to say in all of that is that when you believe in something and you invest and you present yourself accordingly, without knowing the realms of occultism or how to manifest, those are my early days in scribing. And so I've had that on there for at least, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years on my LinkedIn page, scribed into it. And so now it's saying it's manifesting. So, like, even through the course of observations of how people conduct themselves and how they present themselves, it's not me talking shit on other people. It's about me seeing, it's just observing. It's just observing. That's all there is to it. So this is ultimately saying that being true and patient with your delivery will ultimately produce positive effects. Yeah, so that's what they're saying there. All right. My third takeaway is, what is it? 3 of Wands. So these are plans. These are, your ships are coming through. In fact, what is this right here? 3 of Cups in reverse. Upcoming celebrations. It's coming up. Your cups will be stirred. So this is not just like, oh, celebration, yay, I'm going to be, given accolades or acknowledged or whatever. This is, when your cups are stirred, that means like it's a whole new world. It's a different place, and this is exciting. You know what I mean? So that's wonderful. And that's great. All right, thank you very, very much for all donations provided in and out of light and love that reciprocate equally. Appreciated. Appreciated. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my energy, my power, my strength, my essence, my gifts from those who generate, call upon, cast, bring, or any variation thereof, ill will, intent, and or entities to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael's blue flame for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be refortified in me. Only me, House of Free, no doubt, no attachments, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. All right, now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine, with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading.